Let the puns and one-liners begin. There is no sunny side these days when it comes to egg prices. You have to shell out a fortune thanks to an epic outbreak of the bird flu. So right now, the average cost nationwide for a carton of large grade A eggs is almost $5. Now that's up 53% in the past year. And if this continues, eggs are going to be more valuable than silver. Joining me now is Brittany Niedermeyer. She's the owner of Drip Spring Hollow Farm in Alabama. So, Brittany, you showed us some pictures of birds at your farm, and they look healthy, right? There they are. Have you been impacted at all by the bird flu? And is there anything that you and others who own chickens, what they can do to protect their birds from the flu?
Fortunately, we have not been affected, and I hope that we don't, but that we're not. There are several things you can do. One thing is limiting contact of people coming in and out of the area where you keep your birds. That way they're not bringing in anything from outside of your farm or your backyard.
They look healthy. They look like they're having a good time. So, we tend to talk about the chicken and the egg, right? But why is it that chicken prices have not jumped the way that egg prices have?
Well, those are broiler chickens, and they have not been affected as severely as the egg-laying hens. So that's one reason we're not seeing a giant jump in price for our chicken meat.
Good, because I love chicken cutlets, and it would really bother me if I couldn't afford them. All right, so for people who can't afford or even find eggs sometimes, we're going to show you right here on the screen a bunch of substitutes. Some of them are okay. Some are really unappealing, like there it is, vinegar and baking soda. Who the heck would want that? Some of these things I haven't even heard of. But let me ask you, is it okay to buy the least expensive eggs? Or is there really a difference in taste and nutrition if you're buying things like organic or free range versus, stopping in the gas station and getting a carton, a dozen?
Well, when it comes to the free range and organic, that's a personal preference. A lot of people are worried about how those birds are taken care of, if they're free, if they're cooped up in a building, those type of things. As far as nutrition, they're probably similar.
And can you tell the difference based on the color of the yolk?
You can. The color really is dependent on what the chicken's eating. And different additives or just things that the hen finds in nature can change the color of the yolk.
So if the chicken were eating a Snickers bar, it would be more of a dark color?
I don't know about that.
So according to the American Pet Products Association, there are 11 million households who have backyard chickens. So that makes chickens the third most popular pet, believe it or not, if you want to call it a pet, in the country. So, all right, that's actually double, by the way, since COVID. Tell us some of the things that people would need to consider before making the move, and how many of those golden eggs are we gonna get from those chickadees there, those hens, each day?
Well, probably for a family of 4, you might want to start with 4 to 6 hens. That might give you 2 to maybe 4 dozen a week. But you'll need a coop, you'll need fencing, waterers, feeders. There are some expenses to consider up front.
And how much space would you need? Because obviously it's not practical for people living in apartment buildings or in cities, but how much space would you need?
They need enough space to be able to get a little exercise every day, but also you need a space that you could keep them safe and enclosed. Just depends on your environment, but they definitely would need some space to get out and about.
Yeah, what would attack those chickens?
Oh gosh, they're prey animals, so anything's coming for a chicken. You have hawk, you have dogs, coyotes. I could just go on and on.
So they have to be really safe at night. You have to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Brittany Niedermeyer, it's good to have you with us. Thanks again.
Thank you.